For 7 weeks now, these 30 drivers have been trading paint, beating doors, slapping walls, and some have even gone airborne. Last week, it was the twists and turns of Road America, where defending series champion Favre claimed victory. Tonight, these boys roll into Richmond, Virginia, where even more paint will be traded, more doors and fenders will be bent, more sheet metal be twisted, and most certainly, more walls will be smacked. Strap in, get ready, folks, because guess what? It all begins right now. Good evening, everyone. Welcome again. Sunday night. Welcome. It is Sunday. FRR Racing. Tonight we are at Richmond, Virginia. Thank you all for tuning in. We are going to see some action tonight at what is a short track, not so short track. I don't know what you call it, 3/4. Some call it a short track. Others call it an intermediate. It's you say tomato, I say tomato. 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Call it whatever you want to call it. Either way, we're at frickin' Richmond, Virginia tonight, and it's going to be a dogfight. That's right, it is going to be a dogfight. Got a special guest for you tonight that's going to be joining up in the booth tonight with us. Just waiting for my partner in crime, B. Nizzy, to jump up on in here. Maybe he's running a little bit late tonight, but hopefully B. Nizzy will jump up on in here soon. The one thing I did want to go over tonight, before the race gets going, is the points. We haven't had we didn't. I wanted to go over some points last week for you folks, but we didn't. Things got were up in the air and all kinds of stuff going on before the race last week at Road America. But this week, I got the points and definitely wanted to go over the points as things are really starting to heat up. Not just in the individual drivers' points, but also the team points. Remember, there's also these guys as their teams. They are racing for a team championship, not just the individual championship. So you got the team and the individual championship. But be that as it may, tonight starting. So first and foremost, our winner last week, and that is FRR Forever, who won last week at Road America, our first multi-winner driver of the season so far, winning last week. So Favre has the points lead coming into tonight, but not by much. And when I say not by much, I mean literally by 2 points. That's how much that's the difference between he and second place, which is being nailed down and held down right now by Showtime Flash. So right now, you've got Favre in first place with 212 points. And second place, on hot on his heels, and I mean hot on Favre's heels, is Flash. Showtime Flash is sitting there in second spot with 210 points. Um, and I mean, talk about close. I mean, the only way it could get any closer is if there was a 1 point difference or if they were just flat out tied. But Favre has 212. Showtime Flash there in second at 210. And Typical comes in third, and he is right there in striking difference as well with 198. So you have all but 14 points separating first place and third place in the points championship. Staggering, having a great start to the season. He is currently in fourth at 183 points. So Staggering, he's looking to have another good run tonight to try to stay up into that points battle, because he's got some very, very, very big names and a lot of muscle that are right on his heels. KB Showtime is in fifth, and then you have Field Filler, our winner in our Phoenix winner. Field Filler is in sixth spot. And then you have Grizzly there in seventh, which Grizzly, I believe, he was helped out tremendously by that awesome run Grizzly had last week at Road America. Probably, I mean, by far, hands down, his best finish of the entire season. He finished seventh in stage one, and finished seventh in stage two. And wait a minute, am I getting this right? Yeah, I got it right. I got making sure I get the points right. As a matter of fact, actually, no, Field actually flip that. I'm sorry, flip that. I'm looking at the flip. I got everything right except Staggering is in fourth in points. KB Showtime is fifth in points. Field Filler is actually in sixth with 174 points. And then Grizzly is in seventh place at 157 points. I was looking at that Grizzly came home seventh last week at Road America, and just what a tremendous. I mean, I couldn't. I mean, Grizzly just put on one heck of a show. And really awesome to see that race, and it's good to see him have the points showing for it, being there in seventh spot, or I'm sorry, getting seventh last week, and being up to seventh in the points. In eighth place, you have that man Perky, our Daytona winner. He's looking to really get back to his winning ways here at Richmond. And then you've got Dan the Man ninth in points. He's looking for his first win. And then Shovelhead in 10th. Now, Shovelhead in 10th, man, he put on a heck of a race last week with Favre and Death Before Dishonor last week at Road America. Those guys put on one tremendous show. And Shovelhead right there in 10th. I know he's hoping. I know Shovelhead is expecting and want to be a lot higher 7 weeks into the season, but sitting there in 10th spot, he's sitting pretty good. He's sitting in a pretty good spot, I think. 7 weeks into the season, being there in 10th spot. 11th spot right behind him is Pittman, FRR Pittman. Pittman's there in 11th. I'm going to start getting through these a little bit quicker now as these guys have should begin qualifying right now. So I'm going to let me go over the let me repeat the top 10. So first spot in the points held down by Favre. That guy Favre, man, he is so good. That guy Favre, FRR, Favre forever in first spot. Showtime Flash in second. MFF Typical is in third. Staggering in fourth. KB Showtime in fifth. Field Filler in sixth. Grizzly in seventh. That Man Perky in eighth. Dan the Man ninth, and Shovelhead in 10th, with Pittman in 11th, Death Before Dishonor in 12th, MN Golf, Mini Golf Pro, MN Golf, he is in 13th, True Death is in 14th, Hit Cross 15th, Hurricane Hull in 16th, Trinity is tied for 16th with Hurricane Hull. Dime Bags is 18th. 9mm in 19th. And King G in 20th. So that is our top 20. And I'm going to bring in a special guest to the booth here tonight. Give me 1 second. Let me get him on in here as we take a quick break. Go grab your sodas. Go grab your Go grab your sodas. Your snack. I'm going to bring this guy on in here in just about 30 seconds. We'll be right back. All right, we are back, and still waiting for B Nizzy to come on up into the booth. It is Sunday night tonight, right? It is Sunday night. Yeah, it is Sunday. It is Sunday. And let me send him another message. As we're going to have our special guest here coming on in here in just a few minutes. As we wait for B Nizzy and the special and our special guest to come on in. If I'm hitting the right buttons here on to get up and in here. Send another message over here to see where they at, because we are getting ready to go green here very, very soon. So we're going to be going green here very, very, very soon. All right, and there's our special guest. As our special guest has just come on in the room, I'm going to introduce him in just a second as I send another message to my dog B Nizzy and see if he's gonna be up on in here tonight. Give me 1 second here. Come on. All right. Now, I'll send him another message. But, hopefully he'll come on in here. But let me introduce to y'all Uh, their special guest this week. Many know him. Uh, many, some don't, but most do. Good friend, one of my good friends here has taught me so much. I owe a lot to this guy. Working with me, teaching me how to drive things. I mean, he's one of the best of the best. Ran with Valor last summer and was, I mean, that close from winning the championship at Valor against It's Your Bro Chase, but gave everything. It gave It's Your Bro Chase everything that he could handle, but came that close from winning the championship. But let me welcome in on my good friend JCR Clashin. What's going on, man?
Oh, nothing. Thanks for inviting me.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I'm glad to have you up here, man. And I know that you were in FRR once upon a time, right?
Yeah, I raced in FRR for about 2 seasons. It was a while ago. It was like 2, 3 years ago.
Well, it. Excuse me. Well, I know that you've been tuning in, since then, and been tuning in all season long. And Richmond is one of. I mean, you've had. You're good. I mean, you're considered a road course ringer, the road course ace, and that kind of thing, especially at tracks like Road America, where we were at last week, Charlotte Roval, the list goes on and on as far as road courses. But also now, I mean, Richmond is also one of your little playgrounds, man. I don't know how many races you probably won here at Richmond, but what makes this track why are you so good at this track in particular?
Uh, I don't know. I guess I'm just a driver that just gets in a rhythm, and because Richmond's a rhythm track. Once you get in rhythm, pretty easy. But fun fact, I've never actually won a race at Richmond. Something always happens towards the end where there's like, actually, yes, I have in Valor. So never mind. I do have
I
one
was
win
just about to
at
I was
Valor.
just about to say, what do you mean? Did you like last year, just last summer, you won in Valor at Richmond? I
Yeah, I
know
forgot about
it
that.
came right down to the end, but you pulled it out. You pulled it out, and I mean, this is one of those tracks that is a common complaint of getting wicked. I mean, like wicked loose as the again, with a long green flag run. The longer the more laps you get on the tires, the looser it gets. That's what are some things? Do you, I guess my question is this a track to where these guys are going to want to set it up to where they're more tight in the beginning and let it kind of come into them, or what's kind of the best way, for coming into the race? What's kind of I guess what's the best way you prefer setting it up coming into a track like Richmond? What's kind of your setup mindset, as far as going in, setting it up super super tight and letting the track, catch up to it. You see what I'm saying? Go,
Yeah, yeah. Most drivers are gonna want like middle. Like you don't want to be so tight where you're losing, 10 seconds to the leader, and by the time your car comes in, then pit stops are happening. But you don't want to be so fast where after 15, 20 laps, you're you're wrecking loose and you're losing 10 seconds to the leader. So you just got to find a good balance where you have a good short run speed and long run speed, and just find your rhythm, and the finish will come.
The Speaking of finishes, man, we had one heck of a finish last week at Road America. I mean, we've had some very very good finishes all season long. The first 6 weeks of the season I mean, they this really has come down to the wire. Not exactly sure where my partner in crime, B Nizzy, is tonight. I'm sure he'll probably be straggling on in here pretty much any time, I'm sure. But waiting to get on a stream. We're gonna probably be going green here very very soon. But who? Let's get into some picks. I mean, you know how I do it. You know, you have your you make your main pick, your number one main pick, and then you got your dark horse. So, give me your two tonight on coming into Richmond. Who are you going with? Who are you riding with?
Uh, I'm gonna be pretty biased towards Favre and Flash, but I'm gonna go with Flash because it's 50-50. But I'm gonna go with Flash as my race winner, and then a dark horse,
Hmm.
field filler. I'll go field filler.
Okay. All right. Now, why? Is there any, or are you just kind of rolling with it? Is there a reason why?
Reason for the dark horse or the race pick?
Both of them.
Both. So for my race pick, I've raced with Flash a lot. I know he's usually pretty good at short tracks. Favre is really good too. Like Favre is gonna be tough to beat anywhere you go, but I think tonight Flash is gonna get it done. And then for field filler, I watched a little bit of the practice they had last night, and field filler looks like he had a good car. Like it seemed to rotate really really good in the center, which is what you need at Richmond. So if we ever get like super long runs the whole race, I think he's gonna be in contention for a top three, and then maybe if we get a late race caution, he could steal the win.
So you say Flash and Field Filler. There's who you're going with. That's who you're rolling with.
Yep.
All right, all right. Well, you stole my pick. I was gonna pull the trigger on Flash myself. So you pulled that one. Okay, all right. So man, oh man, oh man. So I'm gonna have to go with Favre on my main pick. I'm rolling with Favre, and my dark horse. I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna go with Death Before Dishonor, man. I'm gonna go with Death Before Dishonor. I've raced with Death for a while. Good guy, and he's due. I know he runs good at this track too. I know he runs good at this track. So, and he's hungry as well. He missed that win last week by just a little bit. You know, man, he's got my heart almost broke for him there at the end, man. He and Favre were going at it, and Favre and Shovelhead last week. I mean, they were just scrapping in stage three there, and I think that Death ended up running out of gas going up that hill at the very end, right before. So, I think I don't know where I think he ended up maybe like fifth or sixth or seventh or something like that, wherever he finally drifted across the line. But that race in itself, man, I hope he used that kind of as a springboard in tonight, because I know he's pretty decent at Richmond tonight. Favre, I got to go with Favre because, man, that guy. I mean, he's just got. I mean, of course, coming off the win last week, so he's got the momentum there. And I mean, until somebody beats him, I kind of got to roll with him. And Richmond's, I mean, Richmond's no small feat. You know, the So I got to go with Favre as my number one pick. Death Before Dishonor, my second pick as my dark horse. Death is going to be my dark horse. But looking at, they just completed qualifying, and on the pole tonight, check this out. Typical on the pole tonight. Typical. And he would have been another solid pick. Typical. Now he definitely did not have the race he wanted last week at Road America, but I think he's looking for a little bit of a vengeance, kind of revenge type of race tonight at Richmond. But looks like Typical is on the pole. I can't see who is second. Death Before Dishonor is rolling off third. Hurricane Hull is rolling off fourth. So interesting top five there. Like I said, I can't see who's in second. I'm
I
on
believe it's Flash in second.
is Flash on second. Okay, I'm on Hurricane Hull's stream right now. So I see yeah, I see that. So Hick Ross is also so I'll be bouncing back and forth on the stream. So here they're getting set to go. So let me go ahead and join on up in here and get you a couple invites sent. Bear with me. And I'll send a couple to B Nizzy as well. I'm not sure where B Nizzy is. Hopefully he'll come straggling on in here. But I want to send a couple of you send a couple to you guys here. Let me know, make sure that you got the first one so I know that you got it. Alright. I want to send a couple. Just in case, you never know. You never know what could happen. So I send about 3 or 4 to you guys. Just in case. Yeah, go ahead and join, man. Go ahead and join. Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright, there we go. Alright. So I just wanted to make sure I got a few of them sent to you, so just in case, something happens. But looks like they are taking the green flag here, so we will be loading in here in just a second as we're on the load screen. So looking at it right now, Typical has jumped out to an early lead, and kind of interesting, man. Looking at it, that they are in the Richmond afternoon race as we are loading in. And we are in. Are you in and all good there, Flash?
Yep.
All right. Well, Typical, as we see, has jumped out to an early lead. Like I was just saying, man. That's kind of. I guess they kind of went with the regular schedule as the race today, and having the afternoon race as opposed to the nighttime race. I don't know. I kind of like the nighttime racing myself, but going in with the daytime race today. So. Now let's get, as they are strung out, let's introduce some of these guys. Let's introduce these drivers, as we always do. And first and foremost, as we see, that Typical in that 10 car won the pole, and he's jumped out to that early lead. Second spot is Showtime Flash. He won, and he's won once this year. He's looking to get another win tonight. Showtime Flash in the 24. Death Before Dishonor, I was talking about him. There's my dark horse, Death, in the currently in third spot. Hurricane Hull there in the fourth. He's starting to fall back a little bit. Looks like Field Filler and Shovelhead got underneath. But Hurricane Hull in the 25. There's Field Filler in that black and gold Chevy. Everybody's familiar with Field in that black and gold. Shovelhead in the double deuces. Shovelhead driving that number 22 car. 9mm in the 12. 9mm. I talked to him. I know he's looking to have a good race tonight, man. Keep an eye out on 9mm tonight. Next up, KB Showtime. KB Showtime in that 38 car. I know KB Showtime. He's also another one who's hungry tonight. Keep an eye on the 38. And next up, there's our champion, Far Forever, and his number 4, as you see, he's right there behind Field and Shovelhead. kind of almost looks like a little bit in cruise control a little bit, but Favre in the 4. Golf, Mini Golf Pro in that 21 Wood Brothers Ford. There's Golf in that 21 car. I'm going to actually see about maybe doing some in-race reporting with him maybe later on this season and kind of experiment with that. We'll see, who knows. But Mini Golf in that 21 car. And then there's the owner of the league, the current number 3 car, and that is True Death. True Death driving that number 3 Chevrolet. Swerve in the number 9. Swerve, I know he's trying to get a good run himself tonight, as he has not had a good start to the season, but Swerve in the number 9 car. Staggering in the 73. Was talking about Staggering in the pre-race, having a good start to the season, way up there in points. I think I said he was in 4th in points, so he's looking to capitalize again tonight and stay way up into that point standing. But Staggering having a great start to the season. Bad Martin in the 19. Bad Martin in that Toyota, that Bass Pro Shops Toyota. J-Lamb in the 88. Haven't seen or spoken much of J-Lamb. Kind of been very, very quiet. And as you see, he said he's so quiet and he's going to be a complete ghost and not even have a sticker on the car besides the numbers tonight. So he's going to ghost it and be even quieter in the 88. But that's J-Lamb in the 88. Dan the Man in the number 95. Dan the Man driving that Toyota number 95 car. Trinity in his 48. There's driving that Petty Earnhardt paint combo in the number 48 car. Hick Ross in the 18. Hick Ross again in a Skittles car. I don't know why he hates the Snickers car so much, but back into the Skittles car. I'm lobbying for him to get in a Snickers car because I prefer, the Snickers. Come on. Anyway, Hick Ross in the 18. And Pittman in the 11 car. He also trying to ghost it tonight. He says, the heck with FedEx. We ain't going to even put FedEx on the car tonight. We're just going to put the number 11 and we're going to roll with it. Next up is Racer Rick. Racer Rick in the 34 car. As they are starting to get a little slicey and dicey, looks like, up in the front. But Racer Rick in the 34. And Rapid in the 13 in that Geico Chevrolet. Rapid 2448. Rapid, I know he's looking to have a good race too, man. He has been very, very quiet this season. We'll look to see him make some noise. Spence the Prince also kind of in the same boat. Spence the Prince in the number 66. Hasn't made much noise so far, but could this be the race that he makes a little bit of noise? Keep an eye on that 66 and Spence the Prince. Dimebags in the number 1 car. That looks like he's got some damage to the front of that monster car flashing. Dimebags in the number 1. Not sure if he got into somebody or somebody got into him, but he's definitely got some damage to that 1 car. King G in the 41. King G riding tight in that 41 car. Nice blue paint scheme. I think green flag stops might be coming along, so we'll get through it. THC in the number 7 car. THC, he's looking to bounce back tonight in the number 7. And then Mac. Mac in that 17. There's Mac in that 17 car. I know he's looking to have a better race tonight than last week. Condemned Client in the number 6. Condemned Client. There's Condemned in the number 6 right there. That Man Perky in the 14. Perky, our Daytona winner. This could be a track where he's looking to get back into his winning ways. Look at Perky in the 14. And that rounds out our field for tonight. Got it through that pretty much unscathed for the most part. But back up here in the beginning, as we were doing driver intros, it looked like we have a lead change. Flash got himself around typical.
Yeah, Flash passed typical about 5 to 10 laps ago. Right now, looks like Flash is just trying to get into rhythm. Because at Richmond, usually, it's a lot easier to follow a guy. So when someone gets to the lead for the first time, you're just making so many mistakes. You just got to find a rhythm.
Well, they have definitely made a little bit of space in between them and Death Before Dishonor. As here comes typical now, looking to get under. He's going to make the pass.
Oh, they're pitting.
Or no, here comes down to pit road. So Flash comes down pit road. So already green flag stops have been underway. And here comes Flash now making his. We got some others down pit road right now. Condemned Client looks like in the number 6. And Hickcross in the 18 also down pit road currently. So right now that's going to leave Typical out all by himself currently in first with Death Before Dishonor in second. But as I was saying, right before Flash ducked on off and down pit lane, that he and Typical were putting a little space on the third place car of Death Before Dishonor there, Clash.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to third place, but I don't know if the wall. I know fourth and fifth place, they were racing pretty hard, so that's how they lost touch as the leaders, but I don't know what happened to the 20 car.
Right now, Death in the 20, he's currently in second. There's the interval between he and the first place of Typical. These guys have stayed out kind of considerably longer than Flash. Flash had gone into pits now several laps ago.
There's only about 10 laps to go in stage 1.
Yeah, let me get a lap count. Let me pull up.
Barb is taking fuel only.
Barb is on fuel only. So we've got 12 laps to go.
It looks like Flash took fuel only also.
Yeah. Now, you know, isn't that, I mean, kind of early to be making gambles like that? I mean, are you going to lose a lot? Because Richmond has some pretty significant tire wear. I mean, you know, kind of considering. I mean, I would say, or here comes Death now. Death is he's diving down now, but is it going? Are you going to lose a lot of time if you just take fuel only at a track like this?
It depends on your setup, but even if someone takes 4 tires and low fuel, at the most they'll be maybe 6-7 tenths quicker than you, and in 10 laps you ain't making up 15 seconds in 10 laps. It's not happening.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, now everybody is all kinds of spread out.
Yep, Typical took fuel only also.
Yeah. It kind of seemed like.
And he spun coming out pit road.
Typical did?
Yep, you gotta watch that when you have cold tires coming out pit road and he just got loose and hit the inside wall.
Yes, he did. And he's gonna lose a lot of time. Finally, he got that thing back around and he's pointing in the right direction. He's backing off. He had lost a lot of time with that as he is coming up now on Mac in the 17
yep.
and
he's in 8th place.
8th. Field filler there in the 5 also ahead of him with the 48 of Trinity in front of him. So nice little pack right here.
The leader has just entered pit road. That's 21.
Yes, 21. And 21 is Golf. And Mini Golf in the 21.
And Flash should have took the race lead back. Yep, he did.
Yep, as it cycled around, Flash now just finished putting Staggering in the 73. A lap down. Well, here comes Staggering. Staggering taking that lap back.
It'll be 4 to go.
As Staggering obviously has much newer tires. Well, like you said, Flash only took fuel, right?
Yep. All the leaders took fuel only, and Favre is about 5 seconds back coming out of turn 2 right now.
Okay. Let's see, kind of bouncing around a little bit on some cams, and kind of going back and forth a little bit. As right now, Flash He just looks like he's on cruise control, man. He's got that 24 on rails right now.
Yeah, but I think the next stage might be a little harder for him since his competition is going to be on the front row with him. Start next stage.
Oh, okay.
Because Favre, he started like 8th or 9th, so it took him a while to get up through the field. So he might give Flash a little bit of competition to start the next stage.
Well, we got 2 laps to go, so 1 lap to go this next time by as he crosses the stripe. So we should be. This should do it here. Yep, that's stage 1 right there. Flash. I mean, kind of like I said, was almost in cruise control. That stage was just very, very, almost easily and casually. Especially once when Typical got sideways and didn't cleanly come out of pit road and get back on track. Once that happened, I think Flash probably pretty much knew he had that stage pretty much lapped in, if you.
But Typical did rebound. He finished 4th in that stage, so he did gain a couple positions. I don't know how much damage he has, but he still made good time.
Well, he'll definitely be able to catch all that up. So let's give you the top 10 of stage 1. Of course, Flash takes home stage 1. Favre in 2nd. Field Filler in 3rd. Typical in 4th. 9mm. Let me get on the camera here. As 9mm got 5th. Dan the Man 6th. Death Before Dishonor 7th. Bad Martin 8th. Perky in 9th. And Mini Golf rounds out the top 10 in stage 1. But here in stage 2, we're going green, and here are the heavyweights right here now, boy. We got
Flash got on the apron.
Yep, just a little bit. Flipped it. Favre let off. Now he's pulling the crossover underneath the Flash. Flash gives him plenty of room. Favre underneath. And looks like he's going to take it. Flash trying to battle back on that outside. Tucks in line as Favre completes the pass, and now here comes Flash. Trying to pull the crossover of his own going into turn 1. He's going to have a little bit of help from Field Filler, who's right there in 3rd. Field Filler's kind of trying to take his pick. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And these guys are side by side as they come back to the stripe. Now here early in the run class, and what is your lane of choice? Does it change as the run goes on, or is there a particular lane that is better than the other here at Richmond?
Oh, the bottom is going to be the best way for almost everyone, unless you have, like, if you're racing someone that has like a long run car. Like, if they're super tight, the outside lane might work, but the bottom is definitely the fastest way around the track.
Now, as we saw on that one, that as soon as Favre cleared that 24, Flash brought it right back down as they crossed the stripe and took the crossover move into turn 1 and made the cleared them in 2. So Favre right now kind of settling in there in 2nd. We're only in stage 2. So I don't think these guys are pushing it much. You got Field Filler right there in 3rd. As those 3 guys are starting to maybe put a little bit of distance.
I have a question. Is there any kind of fuel mileage rules in this league?
No.
So this could be won by someone saving. It's a 74 lap stage.
Yeah, they, no, I mean,
you're going to have to save 2 laps to make this in a one-stopper, which is easily doable since Richmond, there's a lot of lifting on entry, so it's doable.
Right, yeah, they're able to do that. They're able to do that. So if they need to save 2 laps, yeah, they can easily do that.
If you have a good handling car, you'll save that easily without really having to do anything. But if you're really, really loose, you might be short.
I'll tell you what, Flash is now starting to put a little bit of distance between he and Favre there in second. And both of them are putting a little bit of distance between them and Field Filler, who's in third. There's Field Filler there. And you know what I want to do? I'm going to get on the hood here. You know how I like to do there, Clash, and I like to get on the hood. Let's jump on the hood of Flash here real quick and see how he gets around. Let's take a couple laps around with Flash here. Makes it just nice and smooth all the way around. As even running into some, looks like we have some lap traffic coming up. That is rapid in the 13.
There's a caution.
And caution is out. I was just about to say there should be a caution because we saw a couple cars as Flash was coming up on him, as Rapid in the 13's got some heavy damage to the front end, along with King G in the 41. Both of those guys look like they got together somewhere along the line, and caution is out. So this is the first caution of the night in stage 2. So fairly pretty, really clean racing tonight. I'm not seeing, in the past couple weeks, we've seen some guys be super, super aggressive. But really, here in the first stage and almost stage and a half, these guys are really showing a lot of patience. A lot of patience, I think. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but caution is out on a green flag caution. So we will see how this all shakes out as far as who gets scored where. Flash beats out Favre out of pit road. And so Flash is going to be in first, and Favre is going to be in second. And look who's right back up there in third. That's going to be typical. Typical back up to third. And I think they're getting ready to go green here real quick. Nope, they're going to go one more time around. So we're going to have one more lap under caution, and then we're going to go green. Now, as we were just talking when this came out here, Clash, and as far as the laps to go and fuel, does this eliminate fuel altogether for the rest of the stage?
Yep, no more fuel mileage. This actually allowed for people to take less fuel. So if people are smart, they would have took a can and a half. I know Favre took 2 cans. I don't know what he was thinking, but if people took a can and a half, they're going to be a lot quicker since you just split it in half, 33 laps.
Ooh, Favre off in the wall. Favre popped that wall as he came up too. Didn't mean to interrupt you there, Clash. And Favre popped that wall coming out of 2. Looking back here in the middle of the pack.
And it does look like Flash took a can and a half of fuel, the way he's driving down the straightaways.
Yeah, he's definitely got those horses under that hood in full steam right now. Now there's Typical in a 10. Typical and look who's up there right behind him, Perky. And Perky in the 14, he's made his way all the way up to 4th. A good run so far by Perky in the 14. I know typical last week, it was kind of one of those weeks, man, you know, one of those weeks where you have a race, you know, that you expect to do well, and something happens, and then everything just turns to...
Another caution.
Another caution?
Yeah, I was trying to look and see where the wreck was, but I don't see anyone. Looks like the 18 was in... Looks like the same guys that were in the last wreck. The 18, the 13, the 7.
Yeah, the 13, I see. The 13 again has some major damage to the front end of that car. And Hickross also in the 18. And like you said, yeah, they both got some considerable damage. So... I don't know, maybe did I put the kiss of death on it saying that guys were showing a lot of patience?
It still looks like for the most part. I mean, people could be just getting loose off of 2. It is a tough track. Anything could be happening.
Very, very true.
I'm gonna have to put my camera in the back and see what actually is going on.
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. This track is, you know, kind of like one of the, you know, kind of Martinsville, New Hampshire similarity as far as getting wicked loose off of turn 2, and that could very well be what has gone on these last 2 cautions, because we've gone caution free all the way up to this point and just have now had 2 cautions back to back. But we're going to bunch these boys up again, and we're gonna roll it again. Flash still out in front. Favre in second. Typical in third. Perky in fourth. I believe that is Hurricane Hall in fifth. A good run for Hurricane already in fifth. Field Filler in sixth. Shovelhead in seventh. 9mm in 8th. KB Showtime in 9th. And I believe that is King G rounding out the top 10. So here we go. As Flash going to lead us to green again. We're only in stage 2. We've got 51 laps to go, so a lot of time left in stage 2. Look at the jump that Flash got off of the start there, man. He just got shot out of a cannon right there in stage 2. You can see Favre is trying to pull up to him onto his back. He's got a little bit of help from Perky in the 14. And what a good run that Perky is having, man. All the way up to third now. Made the pass off. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I believe Perky had a good car in Valor when we were in here. I know it was different where, but he had a decent top 5 car in Valor.
He's having a great run tonight. He's looking to bounce back. He's looking to try to get back into that win column after his win at Daytona to kick off the season. And here he is, just riding along there in third spot, right behind Favre. But having a great run in the early going. As Typical now has dropped back to fifth. Kind of looking back here. We'll go back into the mid-pack here. Kind of check and see what's going on back here. 9mm, and Hurricane Hall, they are side by side. This is for 6th spot. 9mm makes a pass on Hurricane Hall for 6th. And Shovelhead is looking to follow suit, but Hurricane Hall has something to say about that. He fights back on the outside. Now he tucks back in behind Shovelhead. And he falls back to 8. Still having a great run, and now that's not over with as KB Showtime in the 38 now. KB Showtime in the 38. He makes the pass on Hurricane Hall. So not sure if there's tires playing in a factor with those 2 cautions. Maybe some guys did, maybe some guys didn't. Field filler, he's up there in 4th, and look we've got a nice little battle possibly, as here comes Typical underneath a field filler, and field filler just kind of gave it to him. If field filler, he wasn't going to sit there and race him. That was really smart on field filler's part, because if you got side by side right there with Typical, then those top 3 would have been gone for sure. I think Field Filler did the right thing. He just kind of let Typical go on and take it. And that way he can stay within striking distance, as now Typical is all over Perky for 3rd. Underneath Perky into turn 1. Same with Perky. Perky kind of didn't fight him either. And Typical's making his charge back up to the front, as I think Perky and Field both did kind of use the same method of madness. Typical got such a good run, and Typical wants to be back up the front. Let him go. Catch on to the draft and let him pull you on up to the front.
Yeah, it's a lot faster to follow someone than have someone on your bumper on entry and exit every lap. It messes with you. It makes you get out of rhythm, and you're actually slower.
Right. Instead of driving out the windshield, you're driving out the rear view mirror. Good Lord knows, I've been guilty of that many a time.
Being the leader at a track like Richmond or Martinsville, it's actually worse. It's a really bad feeling, like you're mirror driving, you're hitting the apron, you're just losing so much time. I'd rather have a 2-second lead, no one around me, if I can just focus on lap time.
Right. Get a lap count this time by as they cross the stripe. There are 37 laps left in stage 2, and I tell you what, man, they are not going to last long as fast as these guys are getting around this place. I mean, these guys are putting down some very, very quick lap times. Let's see what.
This could be a tricky ending here. I don't think they're going to take no tires. I don't think their tires are going to last, but 2 tires might be a thing, maybe. Depends.
On a full, no, that'd be a heck of a gamble.
Because they're going to have to run about 10 more laps, or 8 to 10 more laps than what they ran at the end of stage 1 when they took no tires and fuel only. So, and I know FRR only had like 8% left on his tires, so there's no way 8% is getting him 8 more laps. So 2 tires might be the play, or it could be a play that ends up wrecking you.
Looking back here and towards the middle of the pack, as the 19 of Bad Martin and Swerve in the 9 and Trinity in the 48. These guys are really going at it back here. I think this is straight dead in the middle of the field. As Bad Martin now looking to try to get under Trinity in turn 1, not able to get his nose up underneath there. Pit stop's being made. Hickross in the 18 just made a pit stop. I'm not sure if that was scheduled or not.
So it was scheduled. He stayed out last caution to get his lap back, and he was probably hoping for a quick caution.
Okay, so he took the wave around.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, just smart. I mean, hey, take it, you know, the chances that you have 2 quick cautions back to back, and as we've seen time and time again, you know, cautions breed cautions, so definitely not a bad call. Taking the wave around.
Work out for him too, since he's on fresh tires. He'll be running quicker than most people on the track, so it'll still work out for him.
Right.
As long as the caution doesn't come out like right now, because that would ruin it.
Yeah. And looking back here now as Hicross now looking to get underneath of True Death in the 3 and staggering in the 73.
48's pitting.
The 48 of Trinity. I believe that is Trinity. And the 48. Yeah, Trinity's in the 48. Hurricane Hull was in a 25. The two Ally cars, they get me confused. Hurricane Hull is in a number 25 Ally car, whereas Trinity is in the 48 Ally car. Took me a minute or two to get used to the 2.
6 is pitting.
And then Client. And True Death now makes the pass on staggering. Let me see. Let me go. Let me check in on True Death's stream and see what's going on. Let me check in with Boss Man. Should have
a lot of people are pitting now. The 95, the 7, the 9.
Oh, I need to get me a laptop that works. I don't have a. I gotta use my phone, so.
I'm just using my phone also to watch FRR stream.
Yeah. All right, so True Death is in 7th there. So, oh, I'm sorry, 14th. He's in 14th with 25 to go. But green flag stops being made. Staggering's now in. Dan the Man's just coming out. Jay Lamb in the 88. They're both just coming out. There's Dan the Man now and Jay Lamb both just coming out. Dan the Man the 95. There's Trinity in the 48. As Field Filler and Perky come up underneath of the 48 to make the pass on Trinity. Trinity, very respectful, gets up, just kind of moves out of the way, not trying to be an issue with these guys, but kind of latching on with Perky there a little bit, kind of stick right there with him. And True Death now, he's just come out of the pits. He just made his pit stop, so True Death
P2
is now
just pitted
out. And here's P2. P2
Favre.
was Favre. So you got Dimebags down pit road, King G down pit road.
Flash is pitting.
And here comes Flash. Death Before Dishonors down pit road. So it'll be interesting. There's Favre there. Favre and KV showed us. So it's going to be interesting to see how this cycles through. It should cycle through to where Flash should be the leader as everything cycles through. Flash was the lead when.
Yeah, he had to lead by like a second or so.
Yeah, he had a pretty comfortable lead once as the pit stops started. So there's
Typical
Flash there. Here comes Flash now. Flash is just now exiting pit road.
And Favre is going into turn 1 now. So
here they are right now. They're right on each other. Here comes Favre making a crossover. Favre is going to take the lead. Man, talk about timing. Now here comes Flash. And Flash is going to have a couple laps. What happens? pitted what?
One lap sooner. One lap. It was one lap.
Okay. I didn't know if it was two or three. I was thinking maybe two, but one lap isn't really going to make that much of a difference, I wouldn't think.
No.
As far as that. And as you can see, and they are neck and neck again, side by side, as they're coming up on lap traffic, as Mac just gets out of the way respectfully, making sure he didn't want to be he did not want to be a part of that equation. Much respect to Mac for that.
So it looks like Bad Martin is the leader, and he did pit. So I think he took 2 tires.
Bad Martin is you're right. Bad Martin is being scored the leader, and Bad Martin in that 19.
No, he's pitting now. I thought he already pitted.
Yep, here comes now. He comes down now. Now, do you think he hurt? Oh, he missed the pit?
No.
Did he miss the pit? No, I thought he missed the pit there. I was on top of the roof as he was coming down, and I thought for sure he almost missed that daggone thing. That would have been catastrophic for the 19.
I'm surprised nobody took 2 tires. It was definitely doable.
Well, there's still a lot of time left. Let's see. Let me get a lap count as they go.
We got about 14 to go.
So 15 to go. Now with 15 to go, I mean, I don't know, but that's why that's probably one reason why you win races and championships and all that kind of stuff, and I don't, because I would have, I don't know, I don't know, man. The feeling of 4 fresh tires, man, but I don't know. I guess 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other in a race like this.
I mean, if you're the leaders, you probably shouldn't do it. But if you were someone like 5th, 6th, 7th, or even like 15th, try it. Why not?
Right. Well, especially coming down towards the end of the stage. I mean, when you come down pit road, you kind of do the math real quick and see. Then I'll gamble with it, but generally it always ends up backfiring on me. Which, by the way, on Thursday night, late Thursday night, I don't know if I told you or not, I finally got my first Xfinity win. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still hunting for my first Xfinity win.
Well,
my luck isn't very good in Xfinity.
You've got so many Cup wins, it almost makes up for it. Well, I mean, it came at Daytona too, so I mean.
No, that doesn't count.
Yeah,
I mean, it does count, but
it counts.
I mean,
it counts to the fact that I made the pass with 2 laps to go. It's not like so I had to make a pass to get it. I didn't just cruise, but and it is Daytona, so you kind of put a little asterisk there a little bit, but
way to pass for P2.
Yeah.
It looks like Favre struggles on the short run, but after about 10, 15 laps, it seems like he gets in rhythm.
Let's get back up on here as Flash. Flash has a nice. Flash
the 7 is going really slow again.
Oh, Flash. And we got an issue in the back?
No.
Oh, man, I didn't know if I saw somebody go around there or not, as things are getting really, really congested. And they got really congested, it looked like, right in front of Favre. Well, there's the interval between Flash and Favre. And typical. It's typical, I think that's typical there in second, isn't it?
Yep,
yeah,
that's typical in second.
Typical's in second, Flash in third. Or I'm Favre in third. Flash is our leader. And showtime. Maybe showtime there. Kind of cycle through the field a little bit, kind of check in, because I mean, with those round of green flag stops, man, they are everywhere around this track.
Yeah, the lap cars, you gotta watch them. That's why Richmond's tricky. The lap cars, I know a lot of them are just trying to be polite and move over for you, but if you don't know where they're going, it could be trouble.
Right.
We're coming to 3 to go right now.
3 to go. So let's get back onto our leader.
He is stuck behind, looks like True Death, the 36,
Yep.
38.
True Death, the 34 is Racer Rick in the 34. True Death in a 3. You just put him the lap down. And Spence the Prince is there in a 66 right in front of these guys. So Racer Rick there in a 34. He's about to suffer the fate of going a lap down here, and he does. And that's going to hurt True Death, because True Death, we're coming down to only a lap or two left of stage 2. So right now, Racer Rick, I believe, would be the lucky dog.
It's about to be the 60s. No, Flash is going to let him go. Yep. Looks like Racer Rick will be the lucky dog.
Yep,
I don't think Flash is going to attempt to pass 66.
Yeah. So let me get back.
The final lap.
Yeah. 1 lap to go.
Oh, the 66 hit the apron. Flash had to go around them.
Yep. And so the 66.
Oh, you let him go by.
You let him go by. So the 34 of Racer Rick should be the one with the lucky dog, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look.
Yeah, unless
here.
he was multiple laps down, which I don't think he was.
Yeah, I don't think so either. We're going to find out here in just a second. As, yeah, Racer Rick does get the lucky dog. True Death is back in 17th. So, let's see here. So, Flash gets that one. Flash gets that one. Trying to see if I can get a top 10. Alright, here's our top 10. Flash takes stage 2, just like stage 1. He takes stage 2. Typical in 2nd. Favre gets 3rd. Field Filler in 4th. Perky in 5th. Shovelhead in 6th. 9mm 7th. Death Before Dishonor 8th. Dan the Man 9th. And Hurricane Hall round out the top 10 in stage 2. So we are now green for stage 3, and this time Flash is side by side with Typical on the start. Typical didn't let him get I don't know if Flash just didn't get the jump that he wanted this time, or what, but Typical is side by side there with Flash, doing everything he can to make sure he doesn't get away. Favre is right there in 3rd. Favre is he's going to say something, he's going to have something to say before that's said and done. Shovelhead right there in a 22. He is right there waiting in the wings with Perky right behind him.
Typical needs to get down at some point, or he's going to fall to the back. Looks like Favre's going to let him in.
Yep, Favre just let him in there now. As now things are starting to heat up a little bit, I think. Now we're in stage 3. Now is where we start seeing things kind of heating up a little bit. And back here, kind of in the back, it's all Hurricane Hall and Golf kind of side by side back here in the middle of the pack. A lot of racing going on here in the back. A lot of guys jockeying for position kind of towards the back.
Oh, Typical got the wall.
And Typical maybe overdrove it.
Yeah, he hit the wall coming off the 2.
still in good
Flash
spot,
has
though.
such a good short run car. Everyone's just like pushing so hard to keep up with them that they're just making mistakes, I guess.
And it's, I mean, that's easy to do too. I mean, you're talking about, you know, catching Flash or Favre or any of these guys at the top 5, 6, 7, man. That is no easy feat, man. And these guys are hauling ass. Excuse me for the language, but
they're definitely moving. They're definitely moving.
yeah, man, they're picking them up and laying it down. They're not wasting any time getting around here either. I mean, they're smoking around this thing. What time did I last see on FRR stream? Let me see here.
I would imagine Flash is running 7, Favre is running 8.
I did see Favre was running 8s there. Here at the beginning of stage 3. We're still at the beginning of stage 3, and he's at 27.89. So he's running 7.89. Favre is that last lap. So that's pretty freaking quick.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what Flash is running, but Flash has got to be right there with it. As Favre now is in second, and Shovelhead has now moved up to third. Shovelhead's having a good run tonight. Consistent run. He's been there in the top 10, flirting with the top 5 all night long. But he's been in the top 10 all race. So he's having a good, consistent run tonight, Shovelhead.
All right, I got to go do what I said before we started the broadcast, but I'll be back.
All right, Clash, we'll see you soon. As Shovelhead, let me see if I can check in on Shovelhead in the points, because Shovelhead, he had an excellent race last week at Road America. Now, of course, Shovelhead, very, very well known as a road course expert, and he sure is that and then some, as he's having a great run here tonight at Richmond. Let me see where he's at in points coming into tonight. Coming into tonight, let's see here. Come on. As we are under caution. Caution is out. I'm not sure what happened here, but caution is out. And this is why we will be getting and experimenting with some in-car reporters, hopefully beginning next week, is because we have a caution out on the track, but not exactly sure what brought the caution out. I'm not seeing anything plainly obvious. But back to what I was saying, as Shovelhead, coming into tonight, Shovelhead is 10th in points after last week's race at Road America. Shovelhead had a very, very good run last week at Road America. Looking to build up on that tonight. As everybody is now down pit road for their pit stop here in stage 3. We've just got stage 3 underway. So still a lot of time left. Flash has, pretty much for the most part, has dominated this race. Flash won stage 1 and stage 2 and is looking to finish it off with the win here. But he's got his hands full with some very, very good guys. You got FRR in second, starting on the outside of him. Typical is right behind, directly behind him in third. Then with Shovelhead there in fourth. That man Perky there in fifth. Field Filler in sixth. You've got some sharks smelling blood in the water right now. As I think we will be going green probably this time by. As they come around 3 and the 4. Should go green. And we are green. Barb gets a great jump off of that restart that time. The restart prior to this one didn't get as much of as good of a restart as we got a car down in the bottom, the 6th car of Condemned Client. Not exactly sure what's going on with the 6. As the 6 is on the bottom, I'm not exactly sure what is going on here. As the field has now just gone around again, I guess he's probably waiting as he now he gets going, so he gets going now. So I'm assuming he may have gone in and pitted, had to take a pit, gone into the pit when pits possibly been closed, but and taking the penalty and accepting the penalty. But irregardless, the 6 car is back and is running, and we are going to look back up towards the front as typical now. Trying to look underneath the FRR for second. FRR had the other ideas. And here comes Typical underneath the FRR, looking up underneath of him again. He's going to send it into turn 1. FRR's going to give him plenty of room and gives him the second spot. So Typical now moves back up to second. I don't think that those guys wanted to get side by side too long, because they know if they got side by side for too long, then that 24 car of Flash would have checked out and he would have been gone. And he just might be doing that anyway. As let's jump onto the hood of Typical now and see where he might be winning and where he might be losing to FRR as he's trying to track him down. Farvin right there in third. Very good racing going on. That's before the signer now. He's moved back up to 4th. He's made a pass and gotten around Shovelhead there in 5th. As you see, Shovelhead in 5th. As Field Filler now in 6th. This is a battle for 6th spot. And Shovelhead there in 5th, Field Filler 6th, and Perky is 7th. As you see these 3 guys here, and Dan the Man right behind him in the 95, looking to make the pass under Bad Martin. There's Bad Martin in 19 as Dan the Man has completed the pass on the 19 of Bad Martin, as now they try to team up and try to run down that second group right there, consisting of that man Perky, Field Filler, and Shovelhead. Oh, we got a crash. Looks like we got an issue back here in the back. KB Showtime. Not sure what's going on back here. Big issue with KB Showtime. Caution is definitely out. Hurricane Hull's got some major damage. And back on the KB Showtime. Not exactly sure what happened there. But caution is out again. As we've got 47 laps to go here at Richmond. Very, very good race so far. Seen a lot of patience from these guys. A lot of patience. We've seen
We have a caution?
Yep, we are under caution. Not exactly sure what happened. A KB Showtime and possibly Rapid in the 13. And a couple others. J-Lam in the 88, I think, got involved. But I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it was those three guys were all grouped together when the caution came out. But we are under caution. We've got 46 laps to go this next time by. Flash still the leader. Typical's in second now. Favre in third. And Death Before Dishonor is in fourth. Shovelhead in fifth. And Field Filler is in sixth. That's our top six as we get ready to come to the green this next time by. But things are starting to heat up a little bit, Clash, and as now that the laps are starting to wind down, being in stage 3, things are starting to heat up a little bit.
Yeah, but it's still a long way to go. Still a whole fuel cycle plus some.
Well, when you're getting around this track at 20 and a half seconds, I don't think it's going to take very unless we have more cautions, knock on wood. I don't think it's going to take that long because these guys are flying. They almost look like clashing out there.
Yeah, some of them.
Now Flash, on this time, he gets another really, really good jump on that restart. Flash has been getting some, on the restarts, that's where Flash really excels, is on the restart, and he just fires out almost like he's coming out of a cannon on these restarts, man. I mean, he just jumps right out on the restarts.
He's the only one that knows when he's going to go. Nobody else knows. He gets that big jump.
Which is true. But I mean, even to Favre and Typical. Now, a couple restarts ago, Typical. I don't know if Typical anticipated it perfectly or Flash just perhaps just maybe had missed it, but. A couple restarts ago, Typical and Flash were really neck to neck, and Flash just didn't get going, or he may have gotten going, and Typical just really anticipated it well. But either way, Flash really, really jumps, on those restarts.
Flash just has to survive the next 10 to 15 laps. Should be okay in terms of winning the race. if it stays green.
If it stays green. And they got one more pit stop to make too, so right?
Yeah.
They should have one more pit stop to make.
Yeah. They'll be pitting with like 15, 20 to go.
Alright. Well, let me see here. Let me get a lap count here.
I think they're at 38 to go.
38 to go. Alright, well, so with 38 to go, and if, like you said, you got to pit in, what, 15 laps? About 15, 13 to 15 roughly, something like that?
I mean, you can pit right now and make it to the end. But I would run it dry.
Right.
You never know when a caution's going to come out.
Yeah. Well, question added that you're mentioning the two-tire thing. Now, if you get, would you think we might see some two-tire changes? Well, let me ask you this: if I don't know, let's say you're where Death Before Dishonor is, right there in third. You're right there in third. Are you taking 2 or are you taking 4?
Probably 4. I would short pit, take 4. Because, what is this, stage 2 when we had that potential two-tire stop? Yeah. No one tested it. So they have no information right now if it would even work. That's why you do it in stage 2 to see if it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Oh well, you lost nothing, maybe a spot or 2. But
right.
Now you're clueless. You don't even know if it'll work.
Makes sense. Well, okay, so same question, only this time you're out front where Flash is and you're the leader. Are you taking 2 or 4?
Right now, I doubt he even knows. You gotta see I would stay out as long as possible, see what other people do first. Because if people short pit, they're probably taking 4 tires. If they run it dry, they could take no tires, or fuel only, or 2 tires.
Oh, you can bet the bank if they're short pitting, they're taking 4 tires.
Yeah.
It would almost defeat the purpose.
Because if Flash pits before them, then he's gonna. You have no clue what they're doing until it's too late.
Right. Well, let's take a trip around. Let's take a walk through the field and see what's going on. As looks like Condemned Client in the 6 cars had to take it behind the garage. Not sure what happened there, but Condemned Client is behind the garage in the 6 car. Bags in the 1, and Spence to Prince in the 66. Nice little battle in the back between Rapid and THC. And did I see the 3 car? I think just came down pit road. I think, yep, the 3 car.
Isn't he a lap down though?
Yeah, he's a lap down, I believe. Yeah, he was a lap down coming into stage 3, but he is now down pit road. So is this a short pit you're talking about?
It's way too early. Way too early. He could have done the take the wave around thing.
Yeah.
Just to see if it could knock a caution, but since if he's a lap down, then it doesn't really matter what he does. But if you're gonna short pit, I would do it with like 18 to go, not 30 to go.
Right. I think you might be right. I think he may have been on that. He did the wave around, I think.
I do think the 10 car has the pace to keep up with Flash. It's just the 10 car is overdriving his car so much. He's abusing his tires. And then once we get 20 laps into the run, his tires are dead and he's hitting the wall.
Let's get on that 10 car. Here's the 10 car.
Because he drives it in so hard, but it kills him on exit.
Yeah. He last week at Road America, he got loose and spun it at that sharp right-hand turn, that last sharp before you get to the start-finish line. You know, the second to last, where you go down the little hill and you make that sharp right, and then you go up the hill to make that left. He spun it there, and then he fell all the way back, and I mean, he was coming through the field like with almost like an Avenger.
Oh,
here comes the down pit road.
No, he got loose.
Get loose.
He got loose.
Got loose.
He's overdriving the entry so hard that it's just killing his angle, and
now
he just hit the wall again.
Oh, into the wall, and that's going to spin it, and spin it around. Shovelhead involved.
The caution was already out before he wrecked, I think.
Wow.
That's what I was talking about. He just drives his car so hard the early part of the run where it just kills his tires.
Wow. And we are still green, though.
No, we are not.
No? Okay, now their caution is out. Okay.
So it'll be like a 26-lap run at the end?
Yeah, it's going to be about that, as we have 27. They just clicked 27 there. So they got to go around for everybody to pit, and then probably go green that next lap. So that'll put us at what, 24?
They just
should be 24 to go when they take the green.
24. It'd be 20, 21, 22. I think 21. You're behind. You need to go. You're not live.
All right, let me.
But it looks like they're letting Typical have his spot back since the caution was out before, he wrecked. But he has so much damage that he's probably gonna lose, 10 spots on pit road anyway.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Okay.
Barb's going to need to make some good adjustments here for this short run.
Now, what kind of adjustments would you make if you're far?
Low fuel. Low fuel is going to be the best thing for a car that doesn't fire off good because you're going to be looser.
Well, because you still have 20-some laps to go. So, I mean, it's not like it's a 8 or 9 lap sprint.
And he took full fuel, so that's going to hurt him.
Oh, I don't know. Ooh.
He didn't make any adjustments, at all, so...
A lot. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what adjustments you'd be able to make. Well,
go up on those right sides.
Maybe take
go
a little
up on the left
out.
side, left front.
Yeah.
Because Flash has a short run car, so these cautions are just helping him unless he makes a major mistake somewhere.
Well, I tell you what, watch out for my dark horse there in that 20 car.
20, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Filler's in 5th. Farb's in 2nd. We're both in pretty decent spots with our picks.
Yeah. Well, like I always tell everybody, there is no such thing as a commentator's curse with me because you and JWoww single-handedly destroyed that whole myth. A couple of over a year and a half ago. So, and it continues. I mean, Flash and Farb and Typical all have rang true to the fact that there is no such thing as a commentator's curse with me.
Well, we'll find out. If Flash doesn't win this race, it's my fault.
Oh, we'll see. Good to see Perky having another good run, man. He's up there in the 4th. Good to see him having a good run tonight. And we're going
Barb
green.
needs to get down. Barb's not going to get down.
Get on the right.
Flash is gone. Oh, Barb hit the wall.
Daggone it.
Oh, they're going to be wrecking in the back. No, they saved it.
Oh, they are bunched up in the back. I want to get to I want to catch them, but I want to stay up here with the leaders.
It's a good save by the 19, though. I don't know how he saved that car.
Bad Martin said the 19. I want to go back there and check him out, but I'm going to stay up here with the leaders where Flash and Death Before Dishonor running 1st and 2nd.
Where's the 10 car at? He must have lost like 15 spots.
Yeah, the 10 car is back. Not exactly sure where. Here's the 10 car back. He's pretty much all the way back in the back. He's back here behind Staggering. Basically 3/4 of the way back in the back.
See, the 20 car definitely made some adjustments for this short run. But the question is, did he over adjust? Is he going to get wrecking loose after 10 laps? Because you still got to survive 22 laps.
You're certainly going to find out because Death is holding up with him pretty well here.
Yeah, but it looks like he's going a little too fast.
Yeah.
Which could be an issue.
I think he might be burning everything up early.
find out here in about 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah.
That's usually how long it takes.
And if there's the interval between... There's the interval between Death and Flash, and then there's the interval.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
There you go,
yeah,
Luke.
yeah. It only took about 3 laps. I don't know what he did, but it was a little bit too much.
Now will they be able to hold it for the next 20 or so?
I think he's good. I know Favre his car really comes in after 10 laps. I think Favre, it'll be close, but I think he might get a top 2 out of this. For sure, top 3, as long as he's in the rank.
Well, we got 16 to go.
14.
14? Oh, okay. Well,
Yep.
that's what I'm on a
187 to
stream.
200.
I'm on a stream that's 2 laps down. So
Yeah. Yep, 14 to go at the line.
all right.
How many laps until no cautions? 10? 5 to go?
I believe.
I would
it is
imagine
10.
it's 10.
I believe it is 10.
Come on, Flash, 3 more laps.
Favre is now starting to catch up on that 20 car. Oh, did I see? What did I just?
There's lap cars in front of Flash. There's 2 of them.
I was riding with Favre. Now I don't know if they got a pretty good space in there. Favre
Caution.
Caution is out.
I don't know why they...
Now this is going to throw a wrinkle into things. This will throw a wrinkle into things.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to have to take 4 because they ran 8 or 9 laps. But
Oh, boy.
whatever the 20 car did, he needs to undo a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, I don't know, man, because, look, I mean, when we come back...
It'll be 8 to go.
When we go green... I mean, I would, if I'm the 20, I would keep exactly what he just changed it to, because you can say we have what, about 8 to go when we go green?
It'll be about 8 to go.
Which was right
There's
there
12
perfect.
laps right now.
Right, which was right there perfect to where he had it this past run.
No, he only lasted 4 laps, and he
Really?
lost over a second. Yeah, that's what I said. When I say a little bit, like maybe just 1 click up on the wedge, just something very minor.
I got to pull for my boy Death. He hasn't won yet this season, so I got to pull for Death. But he's getting, I think he's gotten way out. He did. And then we got all kinds of stuff shuffled up now, man. Look at this. All kinds of shuffled around. Because now Spence the Prince is the first one out of pit road in a 66.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna matter.
9mm in the 12, starting second. That's Shovelhead in third, Mini Golf in fourth, Dan the Man in fifth, and then Flash in sixth, and then Death in seventh. And I can't see after that, but talk about a
so it looks like it's going to be the 20 or the 24 is in the best spot, depending on if these guys took 2 tires or no tires.
They had to have taken at least. Well, I don't know.
You don't know.
Thought
You
they would
really
have
don't
like.
know.
Yeah, you really have no clue.
They probably took 2. You would think.
It'll be good. It'll be good for you to find out in the interviews.
I don't think any of them are going to survive to finish in the top 10. That's just my opinion, but we'll see.
We'll see. Like they always say. I mean, catching you and passing you are 2 different things, right? But at the same time, I mean, do you hold up do you hold up literally in the entire field? Or like, like a friend of ours once said, are you going to Superman it?
They're going to have to block. That was the worst restart I've ever seen in my life.
I think so. I think I would agree.
I don't think some of the guys knew they were going.
I don't think they were.
And Flash is already up to second.
Yep. And here he comes. He's coming quick. He's coming quick.
He just needs to make no mistakes. That's because he has the freshest tires, the quickest car. So now if a caution comes out, you're not pitting.
All right, here comes Flash. Flash is right there.
He has time. He doesn't have to rush it.
No, he doesn't have to rush at all.
Because nobody else with 4 tires are even near him. Because the 22 took no tires or 2 tires. The 20, he's on 4.
The 20 did exactly what the 24 did, I think.
Yeah.
They did the exact same thing, as now the 24 got around the 66 pretty much with ease. And I think that just might have sealed that. I think that just
5 to go right
one.
now.
Yeah, 5 to go. Okay. My phone just died, so let me give me the lap count when we're on the last lap.
Yep. So far it didn't really hurt anyone that was up front. The 20 made it through unscathed. It looks like the 4 survived. Is that the 5 there in 4th place? Can't tell. Yep, that's the 5.
The 5 of field filler. And I think that just sealed the deal.
Shovel fell the 7th, so he didn't really lose anything.
Yep. Now coming right down to the end.
3 to go.
And Death is trying everything he can to get up to him. And who's that in 3rd? Is that Field get up to 3rd?
The 66 it was.
It was the 66, but I think he just drifted up. So yeah, Field Filler's at the 3rd.
They're wrecking on the backstretch, so we got to pay attention to that for when leaders come through.
Oh boy. Well, right now it's Flash, Death, and Field, your top 3.
There's 2 to go.
2 to go. So white flag this time. Is a white flag out?
Yep.
White flag out. 1 lap to go for Showtime Flash. He's got 1 more time around. Death Before Dishonor doing everything he can in his power, but Flash comes off of turn 4 and takes the checkered flag here at Richmond.
Field Filler with a nice top 3.
Congratulations to Flash. Death Before Dishonor in 2nd. Great finish for Death. It's got to feel good for him after what happened last week at Road America to finally put that exclamation point on it. So let me get here. Let me get this top 10 here real quick, and then we'll bring the top 3 in. All right, so Flash, your winner at Richmond. Death Before Dishonor in 2nd. Field Filler in 3rd. Favre gets 4th. That Man Perky in 5th. Spencer Prince in 6th. Shovelhead comes home 7th. 9mm in 8th. Trinity 9th, and Typical ended up having to bounce back and fight back for 10th. But there is your top 10. So let's get some of these guys on up in here. Let's see here. Let's see here. So that was Flash. Let's see, that was Flash and Field. And where's Flash? Alright, yep, there we go, okay. Alright, there's Field, and we're going to bring in... And we're going to bring in Flash here. There we go. Now just waiting for the winner to get up on in here. As soon as Flash comes, and we can get up underneath way. There's Flash right there. And Death, I will I'll when we get to Death, when I ask Death the questions and have because Death doesn't have a mic, so he can message me if he can if he
He
for his
probably won't.
interview.
You think he'll even come in?
We'll see. But we're gonna start with you there, Field. Congratulations, brother. Getting third place, man. That was a fun race, man. That was an awesome race. You guys put together a really, really, really good race tonight, man. Congratulations on getting third, man. Give us your race, man. Tell us how you were able to bring third home.
Well, I thought was hoping to have a top five car, but I don't even think I had that. Maybe top 6 or 7 at best. But my race was going along pretty much like I figured it would. I was running around 5, 6, 7th all night long, and till that last caution there at the end, with all them dudes that took 2 tires. With 2 tires, like I don't know, I think we had 8 laps to go. So you know, those a lot of those cars that took 2 tires were faster than me, and so I don't know why they did that, but that's the only reason I got a top 3 was because those 2 tire guys were pretty easy to dispose of. So tires were a big deal. I mean, you run 5, 6, 7 laps on tires, you got to get tires. So yeah, I'll take a top 3. Didn't expect to get one, but I'll certainly take it.
Absolutely, man. That was, it seemed pretty. I mean, went caution free there in stage one, and then we saw a couple cautions. Yeah, tell us from your perspective, were things starting to loosen? Were cars starting to get a little bit loose as the runs ran on, or from your
Well, I
from
was
your
up front.
perspective, were you getting loose?
No, I mean I was towards the front, and I think a lot of the cautions were coming from the back, and I think it's a bunch of Fords. A lot of the Ford drivers can't drive, so that's what I'm going to blame that on.
Let me interrupt real quick.
Death, look at your Facebook message, Death, real quick. Death,
Oh,
look at your Facebook message. Go ahead,
I
sir.
want to congratulate Flash on the win, Field third, and Death for third. Awesome racing. Field, you were faster than what you give yourself credit for, but very good racing. It's getting better though, the league. So congratulations to all three of
All right, thank you, boss.
Thanks, Drew.
you. Yes, sir.
All right, and let me see. I'm sending a message because waiting but yeah, Field, man. I was kind of going over the points also before the race started, and give me your from your getting a good third place. I can't remember exactly where you finished up in second and
In
second
the stages,
and
yeah.
yeah, the first and second stages. But tell me, what does this do for you as far as your points and where you were at coming into the race? Give me your thoughts on where you're sitting now as far as your points and your momentum, that kind of thing.
I think I'm still moving up. I think I was 6th in points coming in. I think I'm not sure, but um, whether that'll move me up a spot or not, I don't know. But it was a good points night. I think I finished in the top 5 in both stages, I believe. So uh, it was a good points night, and I just got to say my crew chief is very happy that I got third in a car that shouldn't have got third. So.
Well, man, congratulations on getting a third place finish, man. Job well done. Gonna let you go and go ahead and celebrate, and we'll catch up to you, next week, man. Congratulations, dude. Awesome
I
race, bro.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And that will take us to our second place finisher. Now that is Death Before Dishonor, who does not have a mic, so he is on the broadcast now, and last week, Death, and just so you say, he says, what's up, his boy just wants to say he wants to thank everyone. He appreciates everybody, and appreciates everyone for racing clean. It could have been, it was a little off. The top 4 or 5 quickest. Second was a great outcome. And congratulations to Flash. Congratulations to yourself, Death. Also, man. And, after last week, brother, man, you had, fighting, the likes of Shovel and Typical and Flash and Favre last week at Road America, and finally being able to wrestle the win, and then everything just seemed to just slip right through your fingers and slip away from you. And I talked to you after that race, man, and you were just absolutely mentally, physically, mentally, emotionally just spent. He said that took every last bit of energy completely out of you. Oh, I mean, congratulations on it. Were you able to use that, what happened last week, to be able to finish off the race tonight, to to put that exclamation point and get that second spot? And Death Before Dishonor, he just says it was a confidence boost last week, for sure. He had a rough. He said it's been a rough start to the year. Yeah, for you. It definitely has, man. It definitely has. And last week and today, man, getting some really, really good runs. You're gonna be able to use this as a springboard, and help springboard you in the next week and ride this momentum in the next week. Waiting on Death as to answer the question, to come back on us. And Clash, I'm going to give the next one. I'm going to give you the give you the honor of doing the interview for the winner tonight. Death Before Dishonor. He just says yes, absolutely. Felt a little bit more comfortable racing around some of the front runners tonight. Felt he needed and still needs to. Let me see. Felt he needed and still needs to earn his keep. Well, congratulations, Death. Job well done, man. Finally, glad to see you. Get that finish that you deserve, man. You'll get that W, my brother. You'll get that W. But congratulations on getting second place tonight, man. Hats off to you, man. It was a lot of fun watching you, and we will definitely see you again next week, Death. Congratulations. And so let's get on over as to our winner, and that is going to be no other than in that 24. And one last thing, Death Before Dishonor says thank you guys in the broadcast booth. Sure, it was a great one like always, and he just wants to say thank you to everybody and congratulations to Flash once again. So let's move on to the winner in that 24 car, and I got like I said, I didn't know if you know Flash, but I have an old friend up in the booth calling a race tonight. He picked you to win, and sure enough, that there's no such thing as a commentator's curse up in here, so. Clashing, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it to you here.
All right, I'm not very good with this, but we'll try it anyway. So it looked like you were good at short run, middle run, long run. Were you scared when 5 or 6 guys took no tires or 2 tires there at the end?
Before I answer that question, so I was not originally going to run this paint scheme tonight, uh, but knowing that today was Ricky Hendrick's birthday, or what would have been his birthday, I thought it was awesome when Larson won that they mentioned that being his paint scheme, so I had to run it tonight. Super stoked that Hendrick car was able to win tonight as well in the same paint scheme. Um, but yeah, I heard a couple of people chatting about it, and I didn't know how many would. I saw 5 guys beat me on 2 tires there. Didn't know how quick they were gonna be, to be honest with you. Then 4 of them were Penske cars, so I didn't know if their game plan was to have a couple of them try to bottle some of us up on 4 tires, so at least one of them would get the win or what. But I think Shovel didn't get the restart he wanted, so it left a lane for me to turn underneath the 12 and the 21 off of turn 2, and that really helped me out because I knew I had 6 laps to try to gap them behind me and then pass the 66 cleanly. So I didn't want to ram my way through everybody. It'd been such a good race up front the whole night, so just really glad to be in victory lane. Really wasn't expecting to lead all the laps and all that, to be honest. The 10 really he looked flawless last night in practice, and I knew I could at least hang with him if we were racing. I didn't know how much I had to pass him, but just really glad to be back in victory lane.
Yeah, and then another question. That last restart, it looked a little like the bottom lane just didn't go. Was there like a miscommunication on when to actually go? Like, was some of the chat saying one more? Like it looked like it helped you, but it hurt a few people.
Yeah, I think there's an issue where I don't know if True had missed the lap to pit. I know he came out of the pits late, so we ended up going one more, and all I heard in my ear is that we're going green, this time. So I don't know if some of the other guys were still chatting with other people in their party. Yeah, I was filling in. I've been filling in the captain's chat for Field because he's been out of town the last few weeks. So I heard we're going green this time, and I turned the mics down because I knew I had to focus. So that was kind of how that was gonna go.
Well, that's all I have. Congrats on the dominating performance. I'll give it back to Shady if he has any questions.
Dominating is definitely the word to use, man. I mean, winning stage 1, stage 2, and finishing off the race, man. I mean, if that's not dominating, I don't know what would be, man. Congratulations on getting that run, brother. I mean, it seems like, man, if somebody up in this booth picks you, man, I mean, you knock it out of the park every time, bro. I mean, I don't know what the secret is, but I mean, tell me that coming into tonight. I was looking at the points, and I was talking about the points coming into tonight, and I mean, you were literally, I think, only 2 points behind Favre. So I think
Yep.
this might actually put you in the lead in the points. You know, tell me what are your thoughts on that, as far as if you actually have been able to knock the champion off that mountaintop, even if it's just for a week.
Yeah. So going back to clashing real quick, him and I ran some laps earlier in the week together, and he helped me. We were chatting about the setups and stuff and how to get around Richmond a little bit better. So I do owe him some credit for this. Where I was lacking a little bit of speed, he helped get me up to speed where I needed to be, and then all I had to do was execute. So I forgot he was going to be in the booth, honestly, but he told me he was going to pick me if he ended up calling tonight. So I guess it was just the muscle memory had to take over there for a bit. But yeah, to be in points lead is pretty awesome. First couple races were kind of rough, but we've been on a tear ever since getting in the top five. So, but yeah, it will only last this week because I'm actually going to be at the Bristol race, so I won't be in town next weekend. So it'll be short lived, but Atlanta, is a track that I'm a little bit disappointed if I can't win, and tonight I was going to be disappointed if I didn't close it out. So to close those two out, have two wins already in the season means a lot to me, and congrats to Field too. He's been a great teammate so far, and he's been knocking it out of the park as well. And Swamp had a great top 10 tonight in the 48, and Death had a hell of a run finishing second. Last week I was quietly rooting for him to maybe upset Favre at Road America, but he was pushing me. I had to make sure I wasn't making any mistakes, and then I had to get through those two tire cars, as fast as I could because I knew he was good on the short run as well. So congrats to those guys, and wish I was racing at Bristol, but that's the way it is sometimes. Can't make all the races in the year, but we'll be back after that, Martinsville.
Well, hey man, you can savor this one and enjoy it, and gonna let you go and celebrate. Congratulations, bro, man. A tip of the hat to you. Job well done on getting another one. What is this, two or three this season so far?
This is two. Two
This
for
is
me.
two. Hey man, it's two of many many more in this season, man. We're only in week 7. So getting two underneath the belt early, that's man, that's you couldn't ask for that to go. I mean, I guess you could ask, but I mean that's a heck of a way to start off the season. Getting 2 wins in 7 weeks right off of the get.
Yeah, Farv and I were talking a little bit about that. I think last night that obviously he had a massive amount of wins last season, but I think even with a couple of new guys, you got someone like Death that it could be good on road courses and ovals as well. That could be not an upset at this point, but he could easily get a couple wins here and there. And I think at some point Shovel's gonna get his first win this season. Just depends on what type of track it is, and then you got the restrictor plate tracks where someone could easily get their first win as well. So I think we're on track. That if we keep improving, we could get a lot of first time winners, and it can be really competitive this season. So trying to get them while you can is going to be important. Um, but I think the last couple weeks, I think the racing's really improved. Caution comes out with 12 laps to go, it's going to get crazy, at the end. So that's just kind of there's a lot of chatter in my ear coming to the 5 to go with people beating and banging on each other. But we just gotta keep learning, how to race around each other, continue to try to respect each other, and it's not gonna be easy. If you were meant to just run hot laps, everyone would be ghosted on your screen the entire race, and you could just run your line perfectly. But that's not racing. So
Right.
we're improving as we go, and True's doing a good job at leading the way, and then the captains were, taking care of our team, trying to keep everyone straight and help them with setups and all this stuff, and I think we're starting to get there. So I'm proud of everybody. Thank you, Shady, for doing this week after week, and for clashing, jumping up in there tonight, and we'll see you guys soon.
Definitely, man. Absolutely, absolutely. Had a lot of fun, and Congratulations on the win, bro. It was definitely and definitely, I made a comment a couple times throughout the race, man. I saw a lot more patience tonight than we have in previous weeks. So we saw a lot of patience and a lot of very very good racing, a lot of good clean racing, and kind of a bit of a breath of fresh air to really see guys use a lot of patience and really put on a good show. So, congratulations, Flash, on getting your second win of the season. Death Before Dishonor. He takes the runner up and gets second, and Field Filler rounds out the podium, getting third. I want to say thank you, JCR Clash, and jumping up here in the booth with me tonight. Really appreciate the help in calling the race tonight. We haven't called a race in a long time, but really appreciate you jumping up here with me tonight, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. I usually don't do this, but I had fun.
We always have a lot of fun, man. We always have a lot of fun. These guys make it a lot of fun. You already know. You already know. But I want to say thank you to everybody out there tuned in right now, and I'll be tuning in, watch it later. Always be sure to do the like and subscribe and share it. And get it all out there, man. Let everybody see this. But I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in tonight and watching the show. And we will see everybody, next week at Bristol, I think we're at. I think it's at Bristol, isn't it? Isn't it Bristol next week? All right, so we will be at Bristol. Once again, round it out. Flash your winner, and at Richmond, Death Before Dishonor second, and Field Filler third. We will see everybody next week at Bristol. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful night.